Hello, it's Fanfic here. This is my first video, so yeah. I'm going to be reading a Bakugou ex-reader or listener. It's called Tamed by TK underscore 297 on Wattpad. I don't really know if I'm going to read the whole thing because I haven't read through it, but I'll be reading as much as I can. And I don't usually swear or say many swear words, so I will most likely don't say so many of them. So yeah, let's begin. Wednesday, 7:50. Good morning, Bakugou. How are you? You happily greeted the dusty blonde-haired hothead who just entered the school building. It had been a few weeks after your first day at UA High School, along with a few other students. This is happening before the attack. You were lucky you had been placed in Class 1A. You sat beside Bakugou. The boy was always angry at everyone, and you were no exception. Yet you kept greeting him and to everyone who passed by happily, no matter the weather or situation. Even strangers were included. You were known as the happy-go-lucky sunshine of the Class 1A. He licked his tongue in annoyance. It's shitty now I get to see your effing stupid face. Rude. He laughed, brushing his insults before Bakugou noticed the plastic bag you were carrying. There were a ton of them in the matter of facts. You weren't carrying your bags, which means that you have... Sorry? You were carrying your bags, which meant that you already have arrived at school earlier than him. He rose to a brow. Why are you carrying those shit? He asked before counting. Not that I care, though. Don't worry, it's nothing to fret about. Some students from the other course and room asked me to buy these for them using their money. You innocently replied. Bakugou frowned by the answer. What? Don't they have effing legs and arms or something? He chuckled lightly, unknowingly making the young boy heart skip a beat. It's okay, Bakugou. I started this 2 days ago, so I'm making a habit out of it. Besides, I think of it as a light workout. You smiled, sending a warmth to his heart. The innocent fact that you had started this 2 days ago made the blonde clench his fist lightly. Unbeknownst to him, he actually wanted to give the bastard a lesson, but his pride couldn't care less. Whatever, you grumbled before heading towards Class 1A's room. He parted his way from you, and feeling a slight twinge of regret because he didn't help you. A huge part of him wanted to run back and help you, but he was blinded by his own ego. And so the day continued. You returned to the room with your hair up tight. The heavy load of the backpacks made you sweat lightly, but made you forget about the sight of the girls. Earlier, while you were busy handling over the goods, your classmate had slowly packed the room. Alan-chan, morning, Mina exclaimed, waving at you. The girls of your class were in a group, probably talking about school, quirks, or anything else of that matter. Morning, you grinned, heading towards them. Where have you been? Sorry, I can't make Suyu's voice. Suyu asked. Errands, you shirter smile. You and the group soon then chatters and catch up with the stories and conversation that were mainly from Hakagakure, Mina and Uraraka. It had only been a few weeks after you guys met. Fortunately, you all wear practical clothes as if you knew each other for months. Meanwhile, Bakugou longingly gazed at you. It was originally supposed to be an innocent, quick glance, but one point led to another. You couldn't help but be captivated of you. You were just so different from the others in his eyes, and he truly didn't know why. Maybe it was because you weren't afraid of him, yet it was still an intimidating kind of way. Or maybe because you were a kind, caring, and selfless softie. Probably also because you continued to keep up with him, using greetings and such desperate despite his hand and hot-headedness. It was possibly to take sorry. It was a possibility because you didn't judge him. You felt like you understood him, so then you didn't push the boy to tell him more about himself. Hey, Baku bro, Kirishima called, moving towards Bakugou's side. Sorry, I forgot where we were. Kirishima was another person who was brave and manly enough to stand up boldly and spend time with Bakugou. So the both of them were usually found with each other. However, his call went deaf to the blonde's ears as he continued to silently stare at you with concentration. Obviously, the redhead had noticed this, making him gasp in awe and drop his jaw surprised. Kirishima just had to keep himself from showing the bright glimmer in his eyes and the silent fanboying. Baku bro, he called him again, but in a much louder tone. This snapped the boy, making him turn to glare at Kirishima. What the F do you want? He hissed. It was clear as well as he did not want more. Oh, it's or north of more, but I think it will be more. More like to be disturbed. The redhead put his hand in the front of the chest. Whoa, easy there, bro. Bakugou just clicked his tongue in response, looking away. So, do you like LM? Kirishima asked in a whisper, rather bluntly. He chokes on his own salivia before sending him a death glare again. And where do you get that from, their shitty hair? But did he like you, though? Just the way Kirishima had asked it was so straightforward, without hesitation, nor did he may not have think of the outcome as well. However, he knew that it would be worth it. The redhead gulped, adjusting his collar, already feeling the tension his body was giving. Chillbrow was just asking it since he kept staring at her. Not to mention your eyes softened. F of shark teeth, he remarked, feeling he started to take over his cheeks. You better not tell this anyone else. You have to. Sorry, I have to read that again. You better not tell this to anyone, or else you're going to have to say goodbye to your sorry ass, Bakugou growled. Kirishima looked at him confused. Bakugou didn't exactly give a specific answer, but either way, he was really planning to tell anyone that. Sorry, I'm so bad at this. But either way, he never really planned to tell anyone, and to keep his mouth shut until further notice. I think I'll read the next part. Thursday, 8:25 a.m. You finished doing your chores. Whiling and unnecessary took, so you went back to your classroom. The school bell had just rung, signal for the class to almost start, almost like a preparation. Of course, as class representative, Ida stood up from his seat and settled the class, to which Bakugou had just replied harshly. It was a normal thing to do every morning, so you headed back to your seat, which was between Bakugou and Kaminari. Let's pretend yours is someone else, the reader says. Hey Bakugou, how are you? You politely greeted him after greeting Kaminari thoughtfully. Your homeroom teacher, Asawa Shota, was always unsurprisingly late, but it wasn't as if you guys complained though. So taking advantage of that, every day you always determined to strike up a conversation to the hothead. F of doll face, Bakugou replied, back hitting your head with the ruler. However, shockingly, it had a soft but more of a harsh tone. It was if he did want you to talk to him. Ah, don't be such a killjoy, Bakugou, you teased. What the F did you just call me? He roared. Oh no, calm down, Bakugou. I'm just kidding. It's only just the first start of the day, he laughed nervously, patting his shoulder. And much to his unknown satisfaction, your touch didn't seem to calm his nerves. Wait. Okay, I found it. So once your hand had left his shoulder, a part of him already yearned for more. Brushing it off, he turned to look at the door that opened to reveal Aizawa. Let's do great today, you cheered, showing a very much motivational smile that jabbed the poor boy in the heart. Bakugou clicked his tongue, looking away, hiding his blush. Third period came, and that was Japanese history. Today, I will be giving you a due assignment where you will be giving a brief introduction of of our next lesson. I can't read. The Heian period. The Heian period. Yeah, we'll say that. This is due until next Monday, your Japanese history teacher said. Here are your assigned partners. Names were soon then called until you heard your name along with someone else. Wayan, Alan, and Katsuki Bakugou, your teacher said before continuing to call other names. Bakugou's lips turned into a scowl, while he happily grinned widely after gasping. You heard that, Bakugou? We're going to be partners, you squealed in excitement. You were overly thrilled, having the boy as your partner. It will truly be a great opportunity to the blonde to... God, Jesus. It will truly be a great opportunity to the blonde and be closer with him. However, Bakugou's reaction was the exact opposite from yours. Sure, he was happy to have you as his partner, since he gets to spend time with you. More, but what if he wouldn't be able to concentrate? I don't know what that means, but okay. Concentrate. He mentally slapped himself as he kept on reminding. I think it's supposed to be reminding. Okay, I will read that again in my own words. He mentally slapped himself as he kept on reminding himself to get his shit together. You better take a part of this shit or else I'll beat your sorry ass for it. He loudly blanked your head with his ruler again. But before you could reply, Kaminari beat you to it. In which way, Bakugou? He chuckled before laughing hard with Mineta. You both flushed red. Sorry. You both flushed in the red hue. Screw off dunce face, Bakugou explained before throwing more insult, making the pair laugh again. Mineta Kaminari, the teacher's... Sorry, wrong voice. Mineta Kaminari, the teacher scolded, making Bakugou smugly smirked, showing a rude finger while you still a laugh. Your house, you suggested? Yes, sure. You successfully answered without stuttering out of embarrassment. After immense support and motivation from Kirishima, Bakugou had effing finally gathered his cool and courage. You plan to do this as soon as possible, so you propose to start the work today, since both of you were free all after school. Basically, it will be just... Sorry? Basically, it will just be the both of you together alone, walking to his house. Just the thought of it already warms Bakugou both in the inside and outside. But of course, his rough exterior, it wasn't obvious. However, with you being around, it will be obviously be much of a struggle to keep his tough act. His day was filled with thoughts, imagines, and reminds of you and himself. The last school bell has finally rung, signaling dismissal. Dismissal was your favorite time of the day, time of school, although it just had been much better since you'd be hanging out with Bakugou. You stretch your arms around... Sorry. You stretch your arms and leg before turning to smile at your partner. Let's go? Bakugou hummed in response, grabbing his bag to sling it over his shoulder, as the same goes to you. As soon as the two of you left side by side, Mina smirked and looked at Kirishima. Kirishima, I bet $5 Alan will be the first to confess. Bring it, he replied, pumping his fist in determination. Okay, so that was all for today. Oh wow, it's been a lot of time. I'm really sorry for I stutter a lot. English isn't my first language. I'm actually Norwegian, so I don't really read a lot of English things out loud. But I'll be working on it. And I'll be posting part 2 as soon as I can. Have a good day. Bye.